Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Curse of Oak Island fans see hints the end is near. This week's The Curse of Oak Island episode had the Lagina brothers discussing their time on the island. They commented on what they had done so far, and it seemed to be a moment when the show might hint that the era was coming to a close. One fan even mentioned that it sounded like this was the end. Here is what the brothers talked about and why some fans are concerned. Fans see the end of The Curse of Oak Island coming. This episode of The Curse of Oak Island had the Lagina brothers waxing poetic in the war room. A Redditor known as Mets13 wrote that their conversation seemed like the end. One brother talked about how proud he has been of the brotherhood, while the other spoke about the cost of slamming a can. He asked in the post if this was the end and the money might be running out. However, the ratings are still good for the reality TV show, and it is unlikely money is what it getting the Lagina brothers down. One Redditor suggested that it was instead Spooner's revelation that knocked the wind out of Marty's sails. This revelation happened in the episode Hide and Seek. Dr. Spooner said they had been trying to travel the precious metals that led them to the garden shaft. He then dropped a bombshell. Spooner said the garden shaft no longer has precious metal readings. This made Marty Lagina fight to keep believing. Fans responded to the possible end in the Reddit thread. They just need to come to the realization that the island was a rest stop / port of call / refused from a long ocean journey, maybe some coin left here and there. If true, as a watcher from S19, I am amazed it took this long. Obviously they're winding this down. There's only so much more they can do. They should transition this to an annual special with an archaeological update. Is Curse of Oak Island ending? One Redditor responded with a reason why the show likely isn't ending. According to Wishpicker, the current Curse of Oak Island season has a 54 rating, which is still strong for the History Channel. According to this Redditor, it would take a drop to around 4 or lower to risk a cancellation. While the ratings are still going strong, there is no reason for the History Channel to cancel the show. While vocal fans online still hate post about it, enough fans still watch it weekly to keep it running. If nothing, they can still talk more about history, even without any treasure discovery. For over a decade, fans of The Curse of Oak Island have watched as Rick and Marty Lagina dug, drilled, and deciphered their way through layers of history, mystery, and legend. From the fabled money pit to the swamp that seemingly holds more secrets than water, every season has delivered new clues, tantalizing theories, and just enough breakthroughs to keep the faithful audience engaged. But now, as the show ventures deeper into its 11th season, whispers in the fandom suggest something ominous. The end may be near. Clues pointing to the end. The idea that The Curse of Oak Island could be approaching its conclusion isn't just wild speculation. It's based on patterns, production decisions, and the overarching narrative structure that has been slowly developing over the years. Loyal fans who have become adept at analyzing the show's breadcrumbs, much like the team analyzes artifacts, have pointed out several signs that suggest the Laginas may be reaching the final chapter of their treasure hunt. 1. The increasingly definitive language. Longtime viewers have noticed a shift in the way Rick and Marty discuss the search. In earlier seasons, the brothers often spoke about their work in broad, open-ended terms, expressing hope but never finality. However, recent episodes have been sprinkled with phrases like, "We are closer than ever," "This could be the year," and even subtle acknowledgments that they've found what they were looking for, just not in the way they expected. In a recent episode, Marty Lagina even hinted, "If we can prove the treasure was here and document its journey, that might be the most important discovery of all." To many, this sounds like a potential exit strategy. One that focuses on historical validation rather than a physical jackpot. 2. Drilling to the absolute depths. The technological advancements on the island have been staggering. What started as small exploratory digs has turned into full-scale industrial excavation with cutting-edge science backing it up. With massive boreholes reaching previously unattainable depths and high-tech imaging mapping the underground like never before, it seems that there's very little left unexamined. If the team doesn't find something definitive soon, the logical question becomes, what else is there to search? After all, even the most passionate treasure hunt must meet the limits of practicality. 3. The emotional arcs of the team. Fans have also pointed to the way key cast members are reflecting on their journeys. Rick, who has always been the heart and soul of the quest, has shown a more sentimental side in recent seasons, often reminiscing about the early days of the search and what it has meant to his family. Even Gary Drayton, that ever-enthusiastic metal-detecting expert, has hinted at closure when discussing the artifacts they've unearthed, noting that they've already uncovered a treasure trove of history. Could these emotional beats be preparing viewers for a resolution? 4. A shift toward documentary storytelling. Season 11 has placed a noticeable emphasis on the historical aspects of Oak Island, with extensive expert analyses, deeper dives into European connections, and a stronger focus on storytelling rather than just excavation. Some fans believe this is History Channel's way of transitioning the show from a live treasure hunt into a documentary conclusion. This shift raises the possibility that the series may culminate in a grand, multi-episode wrap-up that ties together all of the discoveries into a coherent, historically significant narrative rather than a single eureka moment. What would the end look like? For many, the fear is that the curse of Oak Island will simply stop without definitive answers. However, a more optimistic outlook suggests that the show could provide a satisfying conclusion without necessarily finding chests of gold. After all, the journey itself has been the real treasure: the friendships, the passion for history, and the relentless pursuit of the truth. If the end is truly near, it might unfold in one of the following ways. A major historical breakthrough. Perhaps the Lajeunesse will piece together undeniable evidence that Oak Island was home to an important historical event, even if no physical treasure remains. A financial or logistical barrier. With the extreme costs of continued digging, it's possible that the team decides they've reached the end of what they can realistically achieve. A definitive find that's more symbolic than monetary. If the team uncovers an artifact that undeniably proves the existence of treasure seekers centuries ago, be it Knights Templar, Spanish explorers, or another group, it may be enough to close the chapter. The legacy of Oak Island. Regardless of how the series concludes, the curse of Oak Island has left an indelible mark on its viewers. The show has inspired thousands to take an interest in archaeology, history, and even their own backyard treasure hunts. It has turned a relatively obscure Canadian island into a legendary destination. More importantly, it has demonstrated the power of perseverance, curiosity, and teamwork. Should the show end in the near future, it won't be because the curse won, but because the mystery has been honored, explored, and finally understood. For now, the fans wait, analyzing every moment, hoping for one last shocking reveal before the curtain falls on television's greatest real-life treasure hunt.